Hey guys, welcome to our Mr. Rogers moment where I put my shoes on and get ready to walk. So we do shorter live streams these days, at least until sometime in July when things start to shift light-wise in the other direction. Right now they are shifting to earlier mornings, more light
The
until
Brightline backlit display line offers a range of 10 by 10 displays that think out.
Sorry guys. More light until we reach the solstice, and then each day, very little, day by day, um, we start reaching less light. We start heading towards the other solstice, which is the shortest day of the year. Both are to be celebrated. It took me a while to redefine the solstice, the winter solstice, in my mind. The winter solstice isn't the absence of light. It's the realization that light is ever present and that things are tilting in that other direction. There's always only light. And there are clouds that can obscure the vision, but clouds themselves are not reality. Don't confuse the clouds for the sky. It's the same with thoughts. Oh, hey Yogi, says Cat. Oh, hey Cat. I did not see you walk in. Rosie's here. Hey Rosie. Rosie, I heard you didn't sleep last night. Hey Stitch. Stitch says, how did I beat Cat? You're quick, Stitch. Stitch, you're on the move. Sissy says, Grand Rising's beautiful sis stars and bro stars. Grand Rising's to you. Sissy, how are you? Finally, Cat is here. Finally. That's what I say. We say that every live stream. Finally, Cat is here. Sif says, good morning, Yogi. Good morning to you, my friend. Cat says, you are younger. You're just younger and faster, Sitch. Sitch says, good morning, sis. Anna says, hi, Anna. Good morning, Yogi. Good morning, everyone. It's nice to see you, Anna. And Teddy's here. Teddy says, what are we going to find today, Teddy? Teddy says, good morning. Man, Teddy is getting all the great turtle shots. She got a shot of one of our neighborhood turtles laying eggs. How awesome is that? I've only seen turtles lay eggs once, and I was just a kid. We were staying in Florida for the summer. Way, way back. 19... That tells you right there. It's amazing to think 19, and then you think, that was 25 years ago. Where has the time gone? And how did I stay just as fresh and young and spry as I was back in the 19s, the aughts? Teddy says, oh, turtles for sure. Cat's laughing. Everyone is saying hi. Hey, Teddy. If you ever, in the later afternoons, and even in the morning live stream, but I'll have to stop. I will have to start to drop the participation link. If you ever want to come up and read your affirmation on any of my live streams, just let me know. Kat said, I did see the turtles laying eggs on the beach. It was awesome. I was like 4, maybe 5 years old, and the memory has stayed with me forever. Rizzy says, nope, I didn't. I tried sleeping again, but I kept waking up. Hit my head on the metal part of the shower. It hurts. Oh, I'm sorry, Rosie. Rosie, I've been talking about. Teddy says, thanks so much, Eric. I really appreciate it. Hey, the platform is here to help people. All I want to do. That doesn't mean I don't want to help myself. I count myself as a people. I count myself as a very important people. I don't know why the song, probably no one knows it. One-eyed, one-eyed, two-horned, flying purple people eater. Does anyone know that song? It's not a good song. This was back in the heyday of novelty songs, which thankfully is over. So Rosie, hey Jace. Hey, I hope you guys subscribe to our friend Teddy Hicks. She has an important channel. You all have important channels. Um, Teddy she's on a mission. It's a mission of love, positivity, hope. My life gets better every day. And it is daily affirmations to create joy, improve relationships, and live your very best abundant life. And there's an affirmation for every day with a beautiful, beautiful um, discourse. The first thing I was going to say was explanation, but it's not an explanation. It literally is just um, this is how it works for me, and I want to offer it to you. So, Rosie, we talked quite a bit about sleep and getting some, because it was, for a lot of my life, it was a rare and precious commodity that wasn't always available to me. Um, Here's what's been working very well for me. It's called cognitive shuffling. Do your breath work. It could be very simple breath work. Rosie, you know how to do that the ocean's breath. Just lay on your back for a little bit and focus on breathing in, using that sound, breathing out through your nose, using that sound, extending the exhalation. Just extending it gently. Don't worry about counting. Just make the exhalation a little bit longer than the inhalation. You're welcome, Teddy. Always, 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 always. Jace is saying hi to everyone. Says, Rosie, Zena, and I are about to go out. Hope the rain stops soon. I hope so, Jace. What's the plans for today? You going live? You going to come up and sing a song sometime? So, as you're doing that breath, start to do what's called cognitive shuffling. Let a word come to you very randomly. Any word. If it's a word that seems negative, just allow another one to come to you. Don't think about it. Don't put any effort into it. Just allow a word to come to you. Then, hey, Jack. Jack Prepper, how are you, my friend? Let's mod Jack up. Nice to see you, my friend. Jack, you're all modded up. If you want to reach out to anyone, if you guys want to reach out and subscribe to Jack Prepper, Jack is a mainstay over at our great friend, No F's, No Frills, No Mercy. Maddie, who is, man, there's not enough words to describe how I feel about Maddie and Chloe, how much they mean to me and my channel. So, friend of Maddie's, friend of ours. Anyway, any word that comes to you. Pancake. Is that one word or two words? I think it's one word. Then take that first letter. Hey, Marlon, take the first letter of that word, P, and just give it maybe 8-10 seconds. Think of words that begin with a P. Pulse, Portia, pie. Just a couple. And then go on to the next, A. Don't spend any more than a few minutes, or I'm sorry, a few seconds. Don't concentrate. If you find yourself thinking for a word that begins with that letter, that begins with A, that's the next letter, aardvark. R. Air. Art. If you find yourself trying to struggle, go to the next letter. Work your way all the way through that word. And then allow another word to come to you. Everything is completely random. And see how that goes. Brahma says, and there's my hot, sexy Yogi Bear. All right, I can start my morning off with a hot, sexy Yogi Bear vibe, right? I can carry that vibe through the day. Jack says, morning, Yogi, passing through to give a like. Have a wonderful day. You too, Jack. Thank you so much. All my neighbors are going to look at me as I'm out walking, thinking, what's different about him? He's got this different vibe. He's walking differently. It's more like a strut, like he's walking down the path, and in his head is a soundtrack for um, Staying Alive, Saturday Night Fever. He's got the internal vibe of the Bee Gees playing in his head. Such as I've been awake all night besides my 2 power naps. Hey, Stitch, try that. Try the breathing and then the cognitive shuffling. You can send me an email if you want me to explain it a little bit better in writing. And then for one of those power naps, if you go to my page, I have a playlist for what's called Yoga Nidra, which is a guided sleep meditation. And 1 hour of Yoga Nidra, scientifically and yogically speaking, is supposed to be the equivalent of 4 hours of deep sleep. And you're guided into it. You don't have to do anything but listen. All right. Hey, Cindy. Cindy, nice to see you. Jack says, God bless you, Yogi. Maddie has become a dear friend. You're such a positive pillar. Thank you, Jack. And I agree. Maddie has become a dear friend, hasn't he? And I love the fact that he has his aquarium up like all the time, because it is literally, I know I can find it. You know what I mean? If I need a moment of calm, if whatever, and I know that there's a presence there, and that this is something Maddie created, and I can just show up and be there. Jay says, I tried to do the cognitive shuffling. P was for Lazi, led me to E for energy, and the Y seemed like a question mark. And I thought of Cindy. You thought of Cindy. Oh, I thought of P. Again, did it go wrong? I think you have, there might be some type of psychological explanation for having P's on your mind so much. We're going to have to dive into this, Jace. Jack says, sorry, everyone, I'm medicated heavily. 2 busted ribs, wow. 5 broken bones in my face. The falling accident difficult to see screen. Hey, Jack, prayers to you, my friend. I'm sorry to hear that. That is, indeed, it sounds painful. Cindy's waving at Jack. Sissy says, oh, wow, Jack, praying for steadfast healing. Thank you, Sissy. So we got, I think, about 5 more minutes. Let me dive into A Course in Miracles. As obstinately, we've always wanted to use that word in a sentence. I don't know if I've ever used that word in a sentence before. And I don't know if I even used it. I believe I used it correctly. I don't think I pronounced it correctly. You know, I was going to go right to chapter 21. And I got to chapter 16. Chapter 16, I really like. I love the title, The Forgiveness of Illusions. So the Course begins with the introduction. Lets you know everything you need to know. The Course gives a secret away right at the beginning. So does Buddhism, by the way. Four Noble Truths. So does yoga, by the way. Yoga might be a little more esoteric. You might need to dig in. Nowadays, people think of yoga and they think of stretching in a heated room, right? Or, you know, getting into a complicated pose, which is such a tiny, tiny, tiny part of yoga. As a matter of fact, I know some of the greatest yogis ever who'd never even entered a single asana. Nisargadatta Maharaj, for one. Paramahansa Yogananda, who he taught an energetic exercise routine that you wouldn't even recognize it as yoga. You have the Bhakta yogas, which are devotional yogis, and they play the harmonium, word of the day, harmonium, which is like an accordion, but it is on the floor and is used in kirtan, which is devotional chanting, devotional songs. How'd you like that, Cat and Jack? I don't think I pay attention. I pay attention, my friend. Nothing real can be threatened. Nothing unreal exists. The secret that is given away at the beginning of Course in Miracles. If it can threaten you, it is an illusion. Illusions can seem very real, and they cause very, very true and lasting damage to us, as long as we believe them, as long as we see them. But if we have that little shift, and guess what the shift is? The shift is when you feel fear. The shift is when you are feeling anger, hatred, frustration, when you're feeling lost and alone. You ask for a miracle. Literally. I don't understand this. I don't know what's going on. I don't like this. I am alone. I am frightened. I am whatever. I need a miracle. A miracle is not the manifestation of something other. It's not shifting from one illusion to the next illusion. It is seeing reality. Reality is love. Only love is real. Only love is real. So we ask for a miracle, meaning I'm turning everything over to what the Course calls the Holy Spirit. In yoga, we would say we are shifting to Krishna consciousness or Shiva, or handing everything over to Brahma. I love the term Brahma, by the way. We're handing everything over, asking for that miracle. You can ask for a miracle anytime. I have a question for Kat, and she doesn't have to answer it now. We can talk about it Thursday, or she could send me a message if she wanted. How often do we ask for miracles? Weird that I practiced A Course in Miracles for well over 30 years. Hey, Hamada, how are you, my friend? And I still forget to ask. You practice something called A Course in Miracles. You focus on so much other stuff. Hey, Sniper, how's your back? And you don't realize that you can ask for a miracle. It's so simple. Rosie says, Yogi, did you see the frog I posted? I didn't. I will look for it. I don't like them. Oh, I heard you talk about frogs. They scare me. It almost jumped out when I stopped recording. I did it for you, Yogi. Not sure. I do like frogs. I have a lot of frog videos and toads. I love frogs and toads. But yeah, they could be scary. They could be scary. They can poke an eye out. They cannot poke an eye out. I'm just joking. I don't want to add to your fear. I'm sorry I said that, Rosie. Frogs can be, a little disconcerting. Ask if you can see them. Ask if you can see them a different way, Rosie. Ask for a miracle and see if you can see a frog differently. Sniper, I hope your back's feeling better. Jace, excellent question. Can you make those miracles happen? No. And the more you try to make it, the less they will happen because you're relying on the ego. And a miracle is simply seeing through the ego to the presence of love. All we can do is ask. All we can do is request and then settle. I wrote about that this morning, coincidentally. Would you like to hear what I wrote this morning? It's about reasoning, but reasoning in a different way, divine reasoning. The ego doesn't really reason, it just bargains. And it will petition, offering petitionary prayers, petitionary cries for a miracle. If you give me a miracle, I will do this. If you give me a miracle, I will go to church every Sunday. If you give me a miracle, I will devote my life to helping the poor, to healing the sick, to tending to the sick, whatever. And then we get what we deem a miracle, and then we start to bargain again. Well, how about if I just go to church on once a month? How about if I just go to church on Christmas or Easter? Those are the most important days anyway, right? We haven't shifted our perspective. We just got what the ego wanted, and we deemed it a miracle, and then we go back to bargaining. Reasoning is seeing through that. And then, hey, Vlogs, my friend. Nice to see you. Good afternoon to you. and then pausing, knowing that the miracle is already there. We just need to allow that shift to happen. This is what I wrote. Often now, more so than ever, I rely more on a sure reasoning in my decisions, not listening to the impulsiveness and demanding voice of ego for longer than a mere moment before a natural surrender occurs. It's really a matter of pausing, allowing the immediate needs of ego to shout their presence known, and then resting in the silent place that always follows. It's a holy pause, a divine reasoning, guiding me to love's presence, and often now, more so than ever, I follow. Often, more so than ever, but not always. I try my best, guys. We're going to head out and take a walk in just a minute. Jace, thank you for asking that question. Always appreciate it. Hey, thank you, Vlogs, for that like. Hamad, I hope you're well, my friend. Semper says, I need to watch that. Paul McCartney's Frog Song. Because that was mentioned yesterday. Rudy says, they're cute, but not always. They scare me when they jump. It reminds me of the grasshoppers. I have a new fear unlocked. We're going to work on that. Let's ask for a frog miracle. Can we see frogs differently? Hey, because frogs trigger a fear, what if, when you felt that fear, you were able to hand it over to the presence of love? So how about every time you saw a frog, it was a reminder that you could love instead of fear? That every time there's a presence of fear, you could surrender to love. So now every time you see a frog, you think, oh, I'm just supposed to love. Or, oh, there is only love and nothing but love, and that includes me, and that includes that divine little messenger, the frog, who was reminding me that there's only love. Only love is real. That would be the shift. That would be the miracle. A frog is a reminder to ask for a miracle. I hope I see a frog today. I'm going to remember two things. I'm going to remember to ask for a miracle, and I'm going to remember to think of my friend Rosie and send her love wherever she is, whatever she's doing. Jay says, that's what I sang yesterday, Squirrel, but only a small part. Semper says, I dropped charges. Is that forgiveness? Yes. The real question is, and I know the answer, forgiveness is always a matter of the heart. It's always a matter of the heart. If you listen to your heart and your heart said drop charges, it's forgiveness. If your heart said forgive but press charges, that's forgiveness. It's surrendering and seeing where you're guided to do. And I have no doubt that you were guided in what you did, and it's absolutely beautiful, Sniper. And it shows you, you know, it's thinking in terms of A Course in Miracles. Course in Miracles doesn't say to ignore the stuff of the world because it's an illusion. It says you deal with illusions because illusions are where you find yourself. If it feels real, treat it like it's real, but always see the difference, always know. So Sniper protected his property, and then he let it go. To me, it's a beautiful demonstration of Sniper, of everything that we talk about, everything you and I have been talking about for a long time. Sissy says, Sniper, did you get into a brawl? I wouldn't call it a brawl, as one person was laid out cold, the other person was in a hammerlock waiting on the police to show up. It was really the case of two people deciding upon a wrong van in which to attempt to rob. All right, so guys, I'm gonna head out and take my walk. Thank you for the that little Course in Miracles moment. Thank you for the frog discourse, Rosie. That little gave us that little frog moment with you gave us an opportunity to talk about something important. Vlog says, all friends, nice to meet you. Live stream, I'm happy. Hey guys, make sure that you reach out and support each other. Our friend Vlogs, bringing his channel up right now. I always appreciate hanging out with Vlogs. I appreciate when he comes here and when I see anything come up from him. So if you don't mind reaching out. His description is, hey guys, basically my daily journey into my job events, D-Sound Lights, and SFX, Festival Vlogs videos. We can always, always, always support each other. Rebecca says, hi. Jace says, Sheriff. Rebecca, how are you? It's always nice to see our friend. Hashtag, I'm only saying this. I hope Jace doesn't get jealous because I've never said it for him. I've never said it for Big Al. I'll only say it for Rebecca. Hashtag mushy peas for life. That's for you, Rebecca. That's how much respect I have for you. Rosie says, is laughing. You're welcome. I will try to love it instead of judging it. There you go. Remember, every judgment is simply a request for love. Every judgment is simply a request. Can I see this differently? We don't want to judge our judgment. We go down an infinite rabbit hole. I'm judging my judgment, and then I'm judging my judging of my judgment, and then I'm judging my judgment of my judgment's judgment. How deep can I go? We can go pretty deep. We can go so deep that we're just lost in this, mud hole, quicksand. As soon as you hear yourself judging, don't judge it. Pause. That little sacred holy pause. What am I doing? And do I want to continue doing this? What could I do instead of judging? What can this show me? What does my judgment show me? Not what does the situation show me, but what does my judgment show me? And then look at the situation again in the absence of that original judgment and see what you see. Rosie's laughing. Rosie, I love talking to you. You know that? I have so much joy when you come to my live streams. You bring me so much lightheartedness and comfort and joy. I hope I see a frog today. Let's see. Rebecca says, yes, mushy peas for life. Let's go. Only for Rebecca. There's one person in the world, and I hope she never makes the request, that could get me to eat a single, possibly unmushed pea. That would be Rebecca. No one else could do it. Not Big Al, not Skits, not Jace. I love those guys. Jace is a brother to me. Note that I didn't say that Jace is like a brother. Jace is a brother to me, but I would not eat a mushy pea for him. I would give him a kidney. I would share a spleen and a liver with him. But I would not eat a mushy pea for Jace. Sorry, Jace. Even broship has a line, and we've towed up to that line. We've towed up to the P line. All right, guys, I need to stop before who knows where this conversation will take us. Rosie says, I love talking to you as well. Thank you, my friend. Jace sends us some love. Rosie says, Yogi, you're a true friend. I hope to be. Rosie's laughing. I also hope that I can make you guys smile and laugh a little bit. I've had people come in and send me a message and say, you don't really talk about the Course in Miracles that much. You don't talk about yoga all that much. And for a meditation teacher, you spend a lot of time talking about mushy peas and all kinds of weird stuff. And my answer is always yoga is found in a smile, or it's not found anywhere. If I can come here and help someone smile a little bit, including myself, we're doing yoga together. We are doing yoga together. Dolly's here. Dolly says, I love you, Yogi. Dolly, I love you too. I love you too. Jason, power to the people. People. P. Emphasis. Runner Boy says, finally, Runner Boy, 3,700 this morning. Let's have a big week. Man, you know what? Our friend Michael Burkeen told me he had, what was it, like 270 watch hours in one day? Which means, let's talk to Michael. Let's, Runner Boy, go do your live streams, do some interactive live streams. Do a 3-hour live stream today, questions and answer. Talk about your training. Talk about your upcoming trip, climbing a mountain. Talk about your friend Yogi and how much he deeply means to you. He's like an older brother, marginally older brother. He's like an older brother who doesn't look like he's an older brother, that looks like he's, around the same age. Let's get those watch hours this week, Runner Boy. Runner Boy says he's working all day, but I'll do a re-stream tonight. Jack Prepper is laughing. There you go. All I wanted. Hey, actually, I shouldn't make Jack Prepper laugh. Hurt ribs. Man, laughing with hurt ribs? I'm sorry, my friend. I hope it was more of a gentle smile. We the people. Maybe Jace, does that inspire a song? Did Sissy just inspire a song? Hey, I'd love to see Sissy and Jace sing a song together. I'd like to have Sissy come up on one of the afternoon live streams and sing a song. Just planting the seed. Just planting the seeds. Bruzy says, too late, Yogi. Jack says, yeah, right. Hey, Easy. Easy, it's been a bit. How are you? Hope the new job is going well. Guys, I got to head out in just a minute. Dolly says, Grand Risings, beautiful sister Dolly. Sissy said that. Phoenix, Dolly says, Jace, good morning, great to see you. Brecca says, hey, Runner Boy in Phoenix. Hey, if you guys could lend some watch hours to Runner Boy, he's only 300 away. Our friend, The Grind with Nicole, is also very close. I think she probably needs less than 100. If you maybe want to play a playlist for Cat and Jack, she's getting closer and closer. Vlog says, I'm not working 3 months. My daddy, problem brain. Roman and pelvis, I enjoy YouTube. Hey, Vlogs, let's see if we can help you in any way. Let us know. Sissy says, pulling him up on my laptop right now. Thank you, Sissy. I'll bring him up too. I'd love to see you do a sit down and more interactive. I used to enjoy watching when you were doing the Rubik's Cube. All right. Guys, I gotta go. The sun is peeking up. And I will see everyone later today. Come on by, hang out with me 1 o'clock. 1 o'clock, and this is for our friend Selma at 5:25. I'll be live again. I'm live all the time, guys. You'll find me. Rebecca says, man, you were never supposed to play the Mushy P card. Kat says, or I'm sorry, Sissy says, I pulled my entire playlist to autoplay. Awesome. Thank you, Sissy. Rebecca says, Yogi, you're wearing a green t-shirt, which means you got to try Mushy Peas before you leave. We don't have a single pea, must or otherwise, in the house. I would have to find a way to get some. Hey, Rebecca, this is the Baltimore City Marathon shirt. 2012. I don't remember how many times I've run Baltimore Marathon. Half dozen times maybe. Uh, Man, the second time I did it in barefoot shoes. I was not prepared. You're supposed to work your way up. I think I had them for a week and I decided I'm going to try to run Baltimore City Marathon barefoot. I was doing fine. About mile 14, there's a cobblestone street. I was not prepared. Thank you, Hamlada. Hamlada says, good evening. Good evening to you, my friend. Sissy says, never goodbye. Only see you later. Agape, omni, love, and namaste to you as well, my friend. Hey, I love you guys. Wish me luck heading out. We'll see what we see. Take care.